Do you draw what you see or what you think you see? Oftentimes it's easy to think you're drawing what you're looking at, but you're actually drawing a symbol of that object. Let me explain a little bit further. But before I do that, if you're interested in learning how to create wall-worthy art, comment happy below and I'll send you a link to my coaching program, Happy Artist. So drawing what you see or what you think you see. It's easy to draw a symbol. When you're a child, you would draw a symbol of a house. Here's a basic icon or a basic drawing of a house. When we were a kid and somebody wanted to teach us how to draw a house, we would draw a box and we would put a triangle over the top, and then we would put a rectangle for the door and a square for the window, and we might even divide it into four. So that was a symbol of a house. But there's no houses that look just like that. It's just a symbol of a house. So it's easy to get caught up in symbols without even realizing it. So let's look at this one. This is an icon. We see icons everywhere. We see emojis and icons and all sorts of things on maps, on signs. Everywhere we look, we're going to see things that represent something instead of a word. This might show you that this is the men's bathroom, but this is actually just an icon that tells you that this is a person. When you're taught to draw a person, oftentimes we'll draw a circle and then we just draw a stick figure. And that is how we're taught to draw a person. And that's not what a person looks like. So it's easy to slide back into that symbolism and to actually draw a symbol of something without even realizing you're doing it. There are also symbols out there that represent something and they don't look anything like the actual object is, such as a heart. This is not what a human heart actually looks like, but it's a representation of that heart. So it's easy to get caught into symbols. It's easy to look at things and just simplify them. But when you want to draw something that's realistic, you need to pay attention to the shapes that you see and break it down and focus on what you're actually looking at to create that object that you want. So let me give you an example. If we wanted to draw this cow right here, and we're looking at it, it's easy to do like a symbol of it. In fact, kind of like a flat version of it. And so if you're drawing a symbol of it, you would draw something that looks something like this, very basic, and you're trying to get the idea there, but you're not actually drawing what you see. You're not getting your proportions right, and you kind of have a symbol going on here. We all know the eyes don't look like this. We've got some variations. Our spots are just kind of a symbol of spots. But if we really wanted to look at this closely and pay attention to the proportions and angles and everything, we would draw something that looks more like this. So this is actually what we see. So if you look at the difference between the two, what we think we see and what we see. If we're not careful, we're drawing a symbol of what we're looking at instead of what we're looking at. So when you want to draw something realistic, you have to get in that mindset that you're drawing what you see. You are looking at the shapes. You're building those shapes up to create that object that you're looking at. And you can't be in a hurry. You need to slow down a little bit. And you need to pay attention to what is going on in that image and make those small changes. If you get in a hurry, you tend to flatten things out and you just draw a hard outline of something like I did in this simple picture here. You draw just a hard outline of something and it's very flat and it's very, very basic. But when you're drawing what you see, what you actually see, you're going to pay attention to dark shapes. You're going to pay attention to how the value changes. You're going to look at hard and soft edges, and you're going to make sure that you get your proportions right. So when you're drawing something, you kind of have to make sure that you're in check with what you're thinking. And oftentimes when I'm drawing, I'll be drawing along and then I realize that I'm making that mental shift and I'm trying to simplify it. Maybe because I'm in a hurry or something, but I'm trying to make it go a little quicker. And I have to stop and I have to remind myself or question myself, is this actually what I'm seeing or am I just simplifying it? And so that is something that's easy to shift into. So let's look at a couple other pieces here. I'm going to grab a piece of paper. So if you look at this drawing of an eye, this is a drawing of an eye from one of my students. And the whole focus on this lesson was to get them to look at hard and soft edges and to not draw a symbol of an eye. So if you see here, you can see that the lashes are going different directions. You can see the pupil and the iris. There's the highlight in there and everything. There's a lot of detail in there. When we draw an eye, it's very easy to draw just a very basic football shape. We'll just draw a football shape like this. And then we know it's round, so we'll draw a round circle that's kind of covered by that football. And then we always put it in the dead center, and then we'll put the iris in, we'll put a little highlight in, and we can maybe even put the lid in. And then when we go to put the lashes in, it's more like this. And we just draw a symbol of an eye. And the bottom lashes are a little smaller. Sometimes we'll go thicker on our lashes like this. Sometimes we give them a little bit of curl, but we're not actually drawing what we are looking at. We're just drawing a symbol of what we're looking at. So the key to draw what you see, not what you think you see, is to actually do what I call metronoming. And that is to look back and forth at the object. So if I wanted to draw this eye, I'm going to go back and forth and I'm going to look at it as I'm drawing on kind of a rhythm. I will look back and forth at each one and I will lightly sketch it. And I will look and see exactly what I need to draw. So if I wanted to draw this eye, I would start by sketching it nice and light and loose, and I would pay attention to just the different shapes. I would break it down into shapes. Can you see this shape right here? Kind of a triangle shape. I would draw that triangle shape first. I'll draw a little darker so you can see, but I would pay attention to the curve in it. I would pay attention to the length, and I would get that shape in. You can see the white of the eye on this side is much bigger than on this side, so that we're seeing the edge of the eye at the side a little bit more. I would draw the pupil and the iris. I would pay attention to just the edges and the shapes that I see. And instead of drawing everything that I know is there, I would draw what I'm actually seeing. I'm not even seeing the entire pupil because of that highlight. So when you're drawing what you see, you are actually focusing on every little change. Like right here, I'm just going to draw a darker line so you can see it, but I would put this highlight in. I would put this highlight right here. So this part might be drawn darker, but this part is going to have a soft edge to it. So when you're drawing what you see, not what you think you see, you're just paying attention to changes of little nuances of hard and soft edges, light and dark values, and you're starting with the basic shapes that you see, and you're building those shapes from large shapes to smaller shapes to create the drawing or the image that you're looking at. So instead of drawing an eye that looks like this, you want to draw an eye that looks more like this. If you want to draw flowers, here's another one. If you want to draw flowers, this is just a sketch I did from my sketchbook of some flowers that were sitting in a vase on the counter. And if I wanted to draw these and I wasn't paying attention to the detail and to what I'm actually seeing, I could easily, even try to get the shape, and I could even start with a basic circle, and I can build that shape up, but I could get to the point where I've got everything hard, and I'm just kind of drawing a symbol of these. We're going to put the flowers in like this. And oh yeah, it's the side of a flower. You might even notice the side of a flower, but you're not actually drawing what you see. You're just drawing a symbol of what you see. So if you look at the difference here, let's put one more flower in. Even by paying attention to the angle of these flowers and stuff, you can see that we're kind of bridging between realism and symbolism. So we've got the shape of the vase in, but then I do this all the time. We start drawing something. I'll draw something, and then before I know it, I'm doing a symbol of something. So I have to stop and go, okay, is that what I'm actually looking at? But you can see I kind of started with more of a realistic vase, but the image turned into very much a symbol of a vase of flowers. So you want to make sure that you're focusing on drawing what you see, breaking it down into shapes, working from large to small, and drawing what you see, and not letting your mind and your thoughts go to symbolism. And especially don't get in a hurry. When you get in a hurry, I think that's when we slip back into the drawing symbolism instead of realism. So it's so easy to get caught into drawing a symbol of something without even realizing you're doing it. If you're interested in learning how to avoid that, how to simplify the process of drawing and draw what you actually see, not what you think you see, comment happy below and I'll send you a link to my coaching program, Happy Artist. I hope this video helps you and I'll see you next time.